What's up, everybody? Okay, so I wasn't going to do this review because I felt like it was basically a filler episode because nothing really happened, but I'm going to try my best to get through it. So, the scene opens up. Jackie and Evelyn are fussing about Dakari for the umpteenth thousand time, and Evelyn is telling her for the umpteenth thousand time that she doesn't want to talk about it anymore and basically to get out of her face. And Jackie is still trying to apologize and have a conversation. I just feel like Jackie wants to be friends with Evelyn. I mean, there's no way around it because she brings it up and apologizes so daggone much. Like, she really wanted that chance to be a friend to Evelyn, and Evelyn is like, I'm not going to engage with you. Get out of my face. Goodbye. So then Tammy gets up and she leaves, and she says that she has to leave before Evelyn decides she wants to throw a drink, and then she's going to have to whoop Evelyn's ass. So she left. Then Jackie was like, Jen, you started all of this. Jen was like, I'm just trying to get us together. And then OG comes and sits down and says, well, if Jackie and Evelyn don't want to have a conversation, why are we still talking about it? And then Kristen said, who is we? You just sat down. So OG and Kristen start arguing, kind of, sort of, about absolutely nothing. I don't like Kristen. I feel like she's a bobblehead and she's trying to follow behind Evelyn and Jennifer. I mean, she had no reason to start this argument with OG, and OG was like, well, what's the problem? I mean, if you have a problem, you can leave. And she's like, yes, I definitely will leave after I finish my vodka. No, ho, you leaving now or I'm dragging you by your weave. I mean, at least that's what I would have said, because you ain't about to come for me at my own event. Like, oh, grr. So that turns into they start belittling, just going ham for no reason. And she's like, I want to give you some advice. She's like, I'm not a child. I got a degree. OG says I got 2 degrees. She's like, I got a husband. I mean, they just comparing accolades at this point. And then OG is like, well, where is your husband? And she's like, he's home with my baby. And OG says, are you sure? Now, that's probably some smart something I would have made. Of course, Kristen flipped her lid, talking about, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean? She definitely flipped her lid, but she asked for that. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you don't come to my event and start some mess just because you're trying to fit in with the messy twins. She asked for that. So, anyway, moving on. I read a comment that said that everybody skips Shaunie O'Neal's part. So I'm about to skip it too. It's not like she's not interested or anything, but I'm just tired of her secluding herself and refusing to film with Jackie and the rest of the girls. So, scooting on over to the next scene. Evelyn, Kristen, Shaunie, and Jen go out. Okay. We see that Kristen is with these 2 messy twins all the time now. They be inviting her to little private, like, play dates with them or whatever. So anyway, they're all sitting there, and then they start laughing because they talking about people. Of course, talking about OG. So Shaunie is saying that she likes Kristen because Kristen can key with them, and she gets their jokes or whatever. Because she petty and old, like y'all. Whatever. So they start talking cash money junk about OG and the whole situation, which nobody cares about. Then they start talking about when Evelyn and Tammy had a little altercation and how Tammy put out her bonnet. And then Evelyn was like, I ain't wearing your shit. I'm not about to plug your shit. I just want to say that the Bonnet Chronicles is very, very, very successful. She has her own show now because of the Bonnet Chronicles. It's not just a stand-up. It's not just selling bonnets. It's not just the Instagram page. It's a whole show. So you don't have to plug her stuff. She's very successful, more successful than you at this point in life. So that shade right there, just what I don't even get. She even has a spinoff show with Reggie coming to VH1. So I don't even get why Evelyn keep thinking she's better than people. But here's what sets this scene into overdrive. Jen claiming that she ain't messy, but here she go again. she tells Shawnee, well, Tammy is upset with you. You didn't laugh at her comedy show, but you laughed whenever Evelyn made a joke about her walking in heels. How old are we right here? How is this even something to report back? Well, Tammy's mad at you. You didn't laugh at her comedy show. Please get it together, Jennifer. Okay, this next scene, I have no words. Just know that Jackie Christie is crazy as hell, and her husband is the most passive male I have ever seen on television. The most passive man. He's so passive, it's ridiculous. Read Takari's book, people, just please. So Shawnee and Tammy finally meet up, and you can tell on Tammy's face that she's not exactly excited about the meetup. I don't know how she feels about Shawnee these days, but Shawnee jumps right into it and says, I heard you were mad at me. Something about I didn't laugh at your joke. Jennifer told me. Tammy gets extremely irritated, like, look, it's not that simple, okay? I just feel like if you're going to be this type of friend to Evelyn, you need to be this type of friend to me as well. And, you know, I just feel like Shawnee met up with her for screen time, because Shawnee, she refuses to film with Jackie Christie, in case y'all didn't know. Now, things might change later on in the season, but for right now, from what I've heard from a couple of outlets, she's refusing to film with Jackie Christie, so they have to get her when they can get her. Moving right along into the next scene. So Shawnee, Jen, and Tammy meet at this little makeup place, and Tammy just seems like she has an attitude. Like, I don't know, whenever she's with some of the cast members that she doesn't feel that comfortable with, it just looks like she's kind of irritated or she doesn't want to be there. So they're just talking about OG's party. They're not really even going into depth about really anything. And then Jen brings up her and Evelyn, and Tammy's like, look, I've known Evelyn since 2010, and we've been doing this merry-go-round of off again, on again. I basically give up. We're not going to be friends. And Jennifer's like, that sucks because I'm in the middle. No, not really, Jen. You're actually putting yourself in the middle. And Tammy is getting real agitated by the whole situation. So I'm going to need her to just step aside because she doesn't want to be on Tammy's bad side either. Come on now. Next up, Shani goes and visits her mother, and they're just talking about how they grew up and everything, and then they start talking about Takari. Now, I'm going to let y'all on a little tea. Takari and Chantel do not get along because in Takari's book, she basically calls Shani a hoe, says Shani was sleeping with one of her exes. Shani was sleeping with everybody in town when Shani came and lived by her. Now, this is what people don't know. If y'all remember on season 1 where Shani was like, I'm leaving to go stay with my grandma. That's what she did. When their grandmother died, she went and got an apartment next to Takari. And Takari said that she was the hottest thing smoking in the city, if you know what I mean. Okay, she was on TV, she was popping, she was beautiful, and you know, she had her fair share of men. Now, this is why I think that they are beefing. But don't hold me on to that. So she tells Jackie, you know, that she doesn't like how things went down with Takari, basically, and that she just feels like things could have been handled differently. And they both agree, and they both say they have not talked to Takari, and they feel like they're gonna love her from a distance, which basically means that they have no plans of talking to Takari, which is really sad because I feel like Takari is kind of begging for attention, the attention that she never got. But she is going about it in a very distasteful way, I will say so. But at the same time, she needs some kind of income and profit to come in because her mom is definitely not going to give her anything else. So she has a second book coming out, actually, and I don't even know what it's going to be about. But if it's anything like the first one, I'm going to be first in line for that pre-order. Okay. So moving on. Malaysia is going to meet up with Evelyn. She says that she's never really had a conversation with Evelyn because, you know, she's friends with Jackie, and Evelyn has stated that she's always kept quiet when she's around Malaysia because she knows that Jackie is her girl. And Malaysia is with Jennifer riding in the car before they get to Evelyn, and she's like, look, Jen, I'm telling you right now, if I sense any shade, I'm leaving. And Jen's like, no, I don't think it's gonna be like that. You guys don't even know each other. You need to have a conversation. I don't know when Jen and Malaysia got close enough to ride in the car. And I don't know why Jen is taking it upon herself to set up this meeting. But okay, girl, for our entertainment, it's nice. So of course they get there. And she's just like, your friend is your friend, and F Jackie. She just says that. She says, fuck Jackie. That's how I feel. And Malaysia's like, okay, well, we're not in high school. My friend is my friend. Your friends are your friends. We're not all gonna get along, but we ain't got a beef. Malaysia is very mature. She's been mature since the first time that she came onto this thing on season 1. So she knows how to have a conversation. She's not about the hair pulling and the cattiness and the stuff like that. So kudos to Malaysia for keeping her cool and saying, look, let's be grown about this. Because for some reason, at 50 years old, Evelyn can't be grown about a daggone thing. Moving on. So this last scene, Jackie is saying that she needs to go to therapy. So she meets with this doctor and she says that she feels the need to lash out at people because of how she's been done as a child. She said it goes back as early as when she was in the 7th grade, and something about her mother was off being fast with some drug dealers or something and left her, it's in Takari's book, by the way, and left her with with a foster mother and a foster father who wouldn't feed them all the time, and something about if they get hungry they can eat their fingernails because this is all the food that they're going to get for the night. She starts break down crying and says that that's where all her pain comes from. But I honestly think that she should have started when she was actually messing with a drug dealer and stealing out of the mall and stuff like that. I think that that's maybe where she should have started, okay? The way she pinned down Doug Christie, she needs to start right there because it's all in the book. I'm not pinning Takari's book. I'm just telling you it was kind of interesting. But that's my commentary for this week. So as always, tell me what you think.